Welcome to r/ProRevenge. This is a story of someone getting back at someone with ProRevenge after being wronged. Thank you friends for subscribing to the channel and for so many likes. The first story is, I want the one in the picture, D. I was talking with another sales dad the other day at a scout cookout, swapping toughest customer stories, when this guy came up. Since it has a satisfying ending, I thought y'all might enjoy it. Glossary of jargon. Spiff. Arbitrary cash bonuses offered at management discretion. Pencil. Preliminary buyer's order used in negotiation. It delineates list price, discount, purchase price, trade value and payoff, and taxes and fees. CPO. Certified pre-owned. If qualified by age, mileage, ownership, it gets a much more thorough inspection and earns an extended warranty for passing. This happened about 5 years ago, when I was selling cars on a Saturday just before lunch. The dealership catered lunch on Saturday, but I didn't get to eat it. I sold a car to my first customer of the day, which any car guy will tell you, if you can get one out before 11 on a Saturday, you should almost be mad if you don't get a hat trick. 3 sold in a day. Typically hat tricks pay out an extra bonus. At my store it was $150. I'd already gotten some free money in the morning meeting for a couple of perfect surveys, and my sale was the first one of the day for the store, which happened to be a spiff that day, so I'm riding high having already put $500 in my pocket before noon, with a real shot at doubling it before they turned out the lights. It's gonna be a good day, I thought. I just finished stocking in my fresh trade and collecting my first sales spiff when the receptionist comes to my desk. Hey, my posting name, you're really good with weird, angry, and weirdly angry customers, yeah? Wonderful. Me, yeah, I guess that's me. What do we got? R, that couple over there looks like it's taking too long for the guy at Jimmy John's to make their sandwiches. I sigh, put on my sunny customer service face and greet the couple. They're older but not old, probably mid-50s. They're aloof and condescending as I bring them to an empty desk. My desk was on U's side and offer coffee. They scoff and decline until they see the big fancy cappuccino machine. The wife looks at me expectantly as I sit down, inviting her to help herself, reassuring her that it's a very intuitive machine with several options, but I'll be happy to help if she has any problems. Hubby, CB1 for dialogue, hands me a folder. Inside is a printout from our website. I'd like to purchase this truck, please, at the advertised price, he says. I say, excellent. Before we discuss rebates, let me double check that we still have the vehicle in stock. It'll only take a minute. CB1, you don't know your own inventory? This is very unprofessional. Hey honey, he says he probably doesn't have it in stock. Looks like we might have come all the way down here for nothing. CB2, this would never happen at Volvo. This is going to be fun. I mindlessly apologize and explain that we have 18 salespeople and over 650 cars on the lot at any given time. We sell 250 a month, so inventory management is literally a full-time job, as I check the key track, see the key is checked in, and politely excuse myself to pull the truck around. In retrospect, I wish I'd paid more attention to the listing, as it would have saved some pain, but I just pulled the stock number, verified availability, and pulled it around. Me, alright, let's take a look. They follow me outside and I start my walk around. CB1, this is the wrong truck. CB2, this is the wrong truck. I told you you were asking for trouble trying to buy a domestic. CB1, I told you honey, a D Volvo won't pull the camper. This is what we need. Me, what do you mean? This is the truck from the listing you gave me. CB1, Christ, no it's not. The listing I gave you was for a white long bed King Ranch. This is a silver XLT. I get that reading is hard. You'd think that even a domestic car salesman would know his colors. Me, first of all, there's no such thing as a $30,000 King Ranch, and you clearly know that. Second, I don't appreciate being insulted. Clearly there's been a mistake. Let's go back inside and figure it out. CB1, you have to honor your advertised price. It's the law. My wife is a lawyer. CB2, I'm a lawyer and will eat you alive. Me, look, there's no need to get hostile. I don't get paid unless you buy, so it's in my best interest to work this out. I assume our web developer made a mistake with the pictures, but let me investigate and we'll go from there. As I suspected, every word of text on the listing pointed to an XLT, as did the Windows sticker link. The web guy mixed up the pictures. I found the pictured truck, which had a sticker more than $20,000 higher, with fewer rebates. I printed both stickers and the fine print disclaimer at the bottom of every listing and spent 20+ minutes explaining, trying to talk sense, and fielding a myriad of threats and insults. Things have gotten nasty, and I was ready to fire them, but when I went to grab the stickers, the last thing I heard from the desk was, "Don't you dare cut these a-holes loose. Sell them a truck." I take it straight to the GM at this point, who comes out, takes one look at these people, decides it's not worth it, and personally delivers a pencil showing a real money $6,000 loss with the invoice to back it up. We're still like $17,000 apart, and they're holding ground, still threatening litigation, despite knowing that they have no leg to stand on, and knowing that they were already stealing the truck. They wanted at the offered price. Our store was part of the third largest group in the world at the time, so we had lawyers too. We happened to have the exact truck they were trying to buy on the used lot. One model year older, 21,000-ish miles, CPO, listed at $36,999. I flipped them to that one, and we moved to the used side. I showed them the truck, and hubby is failing miserably at hiding his excitement by the end of the test drive. My GM had told me to call him before I presented a pencil, so I did. To my chagrin, he cut the nuts off it and had me present $32,999, about $1,000 north of rough trade via NADA, and $2,500 south of the next cheapest similar truck within 300 miles. Plus, it was certified, which adds about $2,000 of value in warranty. They're still fixated on $30,000, and here we pick up the conversation. CB1. I don't care what the market says. I want to know what you paid for it, and then we'll negotiate an offset from there. Me. No, that's not something you get to know. You don't demand to know cost on anything else you buy. You could literally go to CarMax tomorrow and turn a small profit at our price. Even if you weren't stealing this truck, and you absolutely are, my time isn't free. CB2. We don't give an F about you. We want a great price, and we're not there yet. Do better. Me. You absolutely are at a great price, and given the abuse I've endured, you're out of your mind if you think I'm gonna budge 1 cent off my price. I have a baby at home. I know this next comment is going to sound embellished, but I swear to Jeebus it's verbatim. CB1. I couldn't care less if your baby lives or dies. Take $1,000 off or… Me. Holding back rage. We're done here. CB1. What? Me. You heard me. We're done. Get the F out of my office now. CB1. No, I'm buying a truck. Me. No, you're effing not. I've been patient as F and you crossed the line. Get the F out, write the F now before I lose my effing SH. CB2. Typical. Me. Now! They stood up and I half-herded, half-shoved them out of my regular office and out of the building. I immediately got lit up by the desk managers, and I let them speak their piece. Then I told them what was said, and suddenly we were a united front. I was shaking, I was so angry, so I was given a shot of desk whiskey and told to remain in the tower until the whiskey worked and I'd calm down. I was hot, so it took a good while. I was still there when CB1 called about 20 minutes later to be about how he was treated, and he caught an earful from my manager. He still wanted the truck, and my manager still wanted to sell it, so he put the guy on hold and asked me, I've got to sell the truck. What do you want me to do? I'll do the paperwork if you want, but you're still gonna have to deliver. Me. Nah, that's alright. Just tell him this price expired when he got himself tossed, and there will be no negotiations when he comes back. If he wants the truck, he'll pay what we asked. Don't tell him the price and mark it up $2,500. He laughed, nodded, and set it up. I got the deal jacket ready, brushed off his feigned apology, and made him fill out the credit app in silence before I showed him the buyer's order. CB1. This is way higher than it was before. Me. Yes, sir, it is. Sign here. CB1. Why? Me. A-hole tax. Sign or go home. He glared at me. I stared into his eyes and didn't say a word for a good 30 seconds. Then he picked up the pen and signed. I remained cold but professional through the delivery and managed to treat him like any other customer I didn't particularly like, with my sold follow-up. He remained an a-hole every time I spoke with him, but he ended up inadvertently being my biggest source of referrals. Evidently, he told everyone he knew about me charging him an a-hole tax, and he was such a notorious a-hole that it made his circle want to buy from me. Over the next year, I sold 7 cars to people he knew. If anyone is interested, I did make my hat trick that day, but it didn't come until shortly after close. The second story is, act like a jerk and try to get me fired? Enjoy watching my promotion before you get fired. Background, I work for a communications company. We primarily sell internet-based all-in-one communication solutions for businesses. I'm in the software development department, working as a software tester currently. I've been with the company a long time, have worked my way up from phone support, and have a ton of knowledge about the company, including policy and culture. I also have a relative who has worked in HR for many years. The story. I had been working as a software tester for about 2 years, doing manual testing. Our team was fairly unsupervised, as we didn't really have a manager. But the company was expanding quickly, so they hired us a manager. Enter Jay the a-hole. At first things were fine, he was just learning the company. However, it was odd, he never asked anyone for any information. He just said he'd do his own research and spent the first month online reading stuff. Not sure what that taught him about our company specifically though. After the first month he hit the ground running, he immediately started creating automation tests, adding to the existing testing code, and creating stupid rules that made no sense. He broke tons of SH and took credit for work that wasn't his. Everyone hated him, and we all referred to him as effing Jay. For the most part, we all ignored him. As of this point, no one has specifically said he was out manager. He was just here to help provide direction. Fast forward a few months, and everyone on the team wants to quit. No one can stand him. He and I butt heads more so than others, because I know he's wrong, and I make my decisions based on the best interests of the customer. He hated that I never get in trouble, but I was hand-selected for the position by our CIO. He knows how hard I work. Well, Jay keeps trying to get me in trouble. He finally succeeds. I get a write-up from him that's my final warning. I've never been written up before. I talk to my HR family member, review the company handbook, and then I go to HR with my write-up. I fight and I win. I get a warning instead. Jay is livid. He gives me the stink eye for months to follow. Fast forward again and he's still after me. But I have a family emergency come up. I have to move out of town. I apply to work from home and my request is granted. Jay can't stand it. He tries to fight it and convince the company not to let me. However, he's not high enough up the chain to override my approval from a C-level manager. He's running out of time to get me fired. I'm in the office working late daily, planning for my move, and finishing up some work to allow me time off from the move. One of the company policies for our department is that everyone gets to work from home 1 day a week. You pick, as long as it isn't Monday or Friday. People often use this to work from home when sick. Well, I have a medical condition that sometimes requires I take medicine. That means I can't drive a car. I emailed the office and let them know I was going to work from home due to being sick. I work for about 30 minutes. Then Jay sends me a message. He tells me that employees are not allowed to pick when they work from home, and I need to take the day off and use PTO. I inform him that I've already worked part of the day and can't take PTO. He insists that I stop working immediately, so I do. I then contact HR, because I know he's coming after me. I confirm that as a salaried employee, if I work at all in a day, I cannot be required to take PTO. HR confirms. I forward the email to Jay. Once again, I've won the game, and he is so peeved I can see steam coming out of his ears every time he looks at me. The next day, I'm back to work. Jay sends me an email with a final write-up with a recommendation for termination because I took an unauthorized day off. What the F? I immediately forward his email to HR with proof he told me to take the day. A screenshot of all the conversation I had with him about it, and proof I forwarded the previous HR decision to him. In the email, I also included that I was filing a formal complaint against him for a hostile workplace, targeting, bullying, retaliating, and a violation of my ADA rights. The response is swift, sweet, and awesome. I am immediately notified by Jay's boss that moving forward I report directly to him. My write-up had been torn up, and I can start working from home immediately prior to my move. Jay is demoted from being the manager of the team. He's super peeved. Within 2 weeks, they demoted him from being the manager of his other team, and then let him go within the month. Prior to his being fired, I got promoted up a level. I made sure to mention it often in our group chat channels. After I showed his true colors to management, he began treating everyone else worse, as I was now off limits. Complaints rolled in so much they had to let him go. Serves him right, the a-hole. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Have a good day.